You forget to include me in the opening of Hollister Mall, Charles?
Certainly not, Vince.
Oh, we couldn't open without you.
Well, then how come I wasn't notified of these big plans that you're having for the opening?
Charles is handling that.
Well,
Vince.
about this grand opening, no one has been officially notified yet. But what I think you need is a personally conducted tour of the facility first.
Never mind. I've already checked the place out.
Oh,
They did a good job, Charles. Prescott Development did right by you.
Yeah, they sure did. Open way ahead of schedule. That enables us to get in on all the
Harold,
Christmas.
You're keeping the lady waiting.
Well, is there a client to see me, Barbara?
Yeah, Terry Davidson, remember? She's already been waiting 15 minutes. I mean, that's longer than I would.
It's not important. I've already said everything that needs to be said, for now, anyway. You are going to keep me better informed in future, aren't you, Charles?
absolutely. Everything's under control. You have my word on that. And, you were going to get an invitation.
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Now that I know what's going on, I might even show up. Just remember, Charles, who is in charge of this whole operation? Neither one of you.
Harold,
Oh, tell her to come on in, Babs.
You didn't tell me that Terry Davidson was a client of yours?
Oh, she isn't.
Oh, Mr. Webster, I was told I could come in now.
Yes, Ms. Davidson, sure. I'm sorry you had to wait.
Well, we'll talk later.
Mr. Carpenter?
Mrs. Davidson?
I assume you're here about your mother's house.
Yes.
Yeah. That $5,000 down payment is still a mystery.
Well, if left up to my sister, it will remain one. I've made a decision about the house,
Yeah?
and I want you to make it perfectly clear to Nancy what I intend to do.
Give that to me.
Oh, wedding guest list, huh?
Tab, come on.
The mayor? He's not going to show up.
Yes, he will. Charles is a very influential man in Kingsley.
Not if he marries you.
What do you mean, if? Nothing's going to stop me from marrying Charles.
See, I don't see my name anywhere here.
That's right, you won't either.
You can't get rid of me that easily. I got more pull in this town than you think.
Oh, yeah? Tab, the VIP therapist, right? Right up there with the mayor.
Sure, that's right. You just ask him. Ask his wife. I used to be her physical therapist, too.
Oh, you're lying.
Are you jealous?
You just wait until I tell Charles about you. Then you'll need a therapist of your own.
Ah, what are you going to tell the old man?
Well, just that you made advances towards me while I was trying to get
I know. While you were standing up on your own two little feet.
Well, if he didn't believe Miriam, why should he believe you? You just wait until I get finished with the story.
All right. You're going to have to tell him a good one. Just think, Nancy. For the first time, you won't have to make up a story at all.
I'm warning you.
Hey, don't threaten me. I don't like threats.
But haven't I cooperated with you the last time? I mean, I got you the money that you
No, not
wanted.
the last time, no. I want $5,000, Nancy. I want it in cash, and I want it right now.
But don't be ridiculous.
Well, then we'll have to find another way for you to pay me.
Yeah, but Tab, you know that
let's
I can't
have a
really
little therapy time. You and me in a very personal therapy session upstairs right now.
Well, what is it you want? Do you want money? I can give you 50,000. Is that better?
No, I want payment right now.
Yeah, but let go of my arm, please.
What you need is a real man to handle you. Yeah, come on. Come on.
You haven't changed your mind about selling the house, have you?
No. Nancy wants to buy my half, she can. But under one condition.
Which is?
Payment in full before she moves in.
$42,500, huh?
It has to be done this way, mainly to protect Nancy from herself.
Well, don't expect her to thank you.
I confronted her about the $5,000 she supposedly gave me.
What'd she say?
She couldn't explain it. She said there must have been some kind of mistake.
Pretty expensive mistake for Charles Carpenter.
This time, Nancy may have more than she can handle.
You've got some idea what happened to that $5,000 check, don't you?
Yeah, but no proof.
I think you might have more than you know.
I think Nancy is being blackmailed by Tab Barron.
Mr. America, her physical therapist.
He usually establishes a more than congenial rapport with his female patients, especially the wealthy ones.
It's very convenient, huh?
I've known about him for several years. He just moves from one hospital to the next.
And, you think that he and Nancy are,
I don't know, but if she has any secrets, he probably knows about them.
at least one?
I really do want Nancy to have the house, or at least the opportunity to buy it. I mean, Daddy did leave it to both of us.
I can't figure you out. You really want to help her?
Well, Mr. Webster, she's still my little sister.
Forgive and forget, huh? You know, it can't always be that way.
It has to be. The Lord did the same for me.
Even the law demands retribution. It's called justice.
Some debts can't be paid. It's better to cancel them.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell Nancy what you said. My pleasure.
Should I thank you for being my lawyer or hers?
No, I'm not hers. I represent Charles Carpenter. He asked me to handle this for him.
I see. Nancy can be very convincing when she wants to be.
Well, up to a point.
For all these years, and I still haven't been able to reach her. If I could just make her understand that she doesn't have to fight me, maybe she'd react differently. She's really very vulnerable.
Nancy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Daddy was her only support, and when he died, she just took it real hard.
The past is hard to escape. Boy, my old man. Well, that's a whole nother story. I will not burden you with that at this time.
Forgive and forget, Mr. Webster.
You expecting somebody?
Yeah, but not immediately.
Who?
Would you like surprises?
That depends. Not Becky.
No.
Mom?
Relax. Just two of my distant business associates.
Business associates from Chicago.
Since when are you so particular about who you meet?
With you, Vince, you can't be too careful.
I didn't invite you here for that kind of talk.
Oh, father-son chat?
You're still high-strung.
And you're still throwing your weight around like you own me.
I don't own you. I made you. We're too much alike, you and me.
Oh, really? Is that what you told Tony when you were sunning with him in Mediterranean with his mother?
Grow up, Russ.
You tell me to grow up.
I came to Kingsley for a visit with my son and not an adolescent, jealous teenager.
Okay. Hey, truce, okay?
That's more like it.
Oh, okay.
Well, now I don't have to worry about digesting my lunch.
You always get your way when you want to, don't you, huh?
About as often as you do. Well, listen, tell me about this new job of yours at Kingsley General. Exactly what is it that you do?
Assistant to the administrator. Basically, I run the place.
Well.
What do you want?
I want to see Nancy.
She can't be disturbed now.
Just tell her I'm here, will you?
She's upstairs and she's resting.
Well, that's fine. I'll wait till she comes down.
Look, I don't want you interrupting her schedule.
Look,
She's
either
got-
she comes down or I go up.
What's the purpose of your visit today?
Oh, are you her personal secretary now?
Oh, the interest of my patients does come first.
So I've heard. Look, I got some important papers here for her to sign.
Well, why don't you say so in the first place?
Look, would you just go and get her? I got other clients I got to see today.
I'll do that. So you Run the hospital, huh?
Yeah, basically. Lester Lewis, my boss, he tries to keep up with me.
This Lester Lewis, has he been around a long time?
Too long.
I see.
He, too easy on hospital policy. Lets the nurses, especially this one, walk all over him.
But you don't?
I do my job, and I do it well.
Russ, what about med school? You've forgotten all about it?
For the most part. Might be something in my future, maybe, I don't know. But for right now, I'll concentrate on learning hospital management. My pre-med background sort of comes in handy for that.
And you got it all figured out?
Enough.
An old friend of mine who has good connections on the hospital board tells me that you are the best thing that's happened to Kingsley General in a long time.
You've already had me checked out, didn't you?
You know your old man, Russ. Always one step ahead.
Yeah. Well, my efficiency plan that I have in the works is, should help save the hospital thousands of dollars. At least I hope it will, anyway.
Sounds like an automatic promotion.
Could be, or should be.
Oh, well, you're finally here.
Yes.
Miss Prescott, I want you to meet my son, Russ.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, Marianne.
You two already know each other.
Very good. Yes, we broke a lunch date so that we could have lunch together.
Oh,
And dinner.
Yeah.
well, just call me old Mr. Matchmaker. Come on, sit down, sit down.
Thank you. Small world.
What happened to my other young associate?
Oh, he's here. He had to park the car.
Oh, Gil. Oh, well, I guess you already know Russ, too.
Well, now, right there is a classic case of the blind leading the blind.
Knock it off, Harold.
Look, now that Her Royal Highness is here, you may be excused.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's okay, Tab. I'd like to speak with him alone.
No. I don't want him to tire you out.
Oh, touching.
Have you got some papers for me to sign?
Yeah, an agreement. I saw your sister this morning.
So everything's settled then?
As soon as you sign on the dotted line.
So the house is hers now?
Serves if she wants it.
If I wanted, I mean, that's all I fought for since I got back to Kingsley.
Terry Davidson's certainly been more than cooperative.
Well, what has she got to lose? Now, she can't go back on this once it's in writing, can she?
Well, why would she?
Oh, you never know with Terry.
Listen, she's selling out to you. She wanted me to make that perfectly clear.
I must get that place redecorated before the wedding.
Well, how large is your mother's house?
You want to know where your room's gonna be?
It's big.
Well, who's going to live in here?
Well, who cares? Maybe Charles will sell the place, since Miriam prefers a more colorful neighborhood.
Anything to make you happy.
It's mine, finally mine.
Oh, wait. Read it first.
Well, I know what's in it, Tab.
No, I know you do, but so does your lawyer friend here. Please read it.
Yeah, that's your privilege. You go on and read it.
Payment in full? What are you trying to pull?
Those are the terms.
But that says that I can't move in there until every cent is paid.
I should have known.
Well, what are you trying to do to me?
Well, Nancy, it's just what you wanted. You wanted an agreement in writing? You got it.
Well, we'll all have the same thing then. Sounds all right?
Fine.
The chef here is the best in Kingsley.
Oh, I know. We come here often.
Oh, really? Well, it's nice to know my son is in such good hands.
Marianne's no stranger to the kitchen.
Russ.
Yeah, it'd be nice if she was eager in the kitchen at home.
Miss Prescott, you still live at home?
Please, call me Marianne. Yes, I moved back after college. Dad needed me there.
Lucky guy.
Your dad, Jason, he never remarried.
No.
Doesn't look like he will anytime soon either. Dad is all work these days.
Well, that's why Prescott Development was able to bring Hollister Mall in ahead of schedule, right, Gil?
Well, we have a good crew.
And you followed in your dad's footsteps. That's very unusual for a young man.
Well, I enjoy what I do.
Gil's been with the company since he was a teenager.
What about you, Marianne? Surely you have some outside interest other than Prescott Development.
She certainly does.
I enjoy art, Mr. Cardello.
You're an artist?
Well, I paint a little and
Wait a minute. Your portrait, you didn't...
Yes, she did.
You saw it?
I thought you hadn't finished it.
Oh, yeah, I did. I guess I forgot to tell you.
I like it a lot.
Well, thank you. Russ is a good subject.
I think so.
Are you working on another portrait now?
No, just some sketches for the new wing at Kingsley General. Seems like there have been over 100 revisions.
Yeah, last minute change of mind with some of the hospital personnel.
Which you don't do, of course.
No.
Actually, Marianne, if you're interested, I'm sure Hollister Mall could use some of your paintings.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we need some local artist out there.
I don't think you're gonna have time to do that.
Oh, well, I'll make time.
Yeah. What about those ones that you showed me, huh? The fairgrounds and the lake and all that?
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said you'd never sell those.
Well, I thought no one would ever buy them, but now...
Well, listen, anything you want to put up for sale, I guarantee will be sold.
Mr. Cardello, I'm very flattered, but you've only seen one piece of my work.
Which he liked. I'll tell you what, after dinner tonight, how about maybe you and I will pick out a couple of them for the mall, huh?
Really? Would you?
Sure, and if you need to store them someplace, townhouse is always available.
Oh, there's plenty of room at our house.
Yeah, Gil's right. We have more than enough room. But thank you for offering.
Oh, sure.
You're a fine artist, Marianne. Very sensitive. I think it's time everyone in Kingsley know that. Well, where is our lunch that we've ordered, huh?
You tried to trick me, Harold. I'm not signing that agreement.
Suit yourself.
If I was you, I'd get myself another lawyer.
Well, I'm not going to have my house stolen from me again.
You will, unless you get rid of this charlatan.
Look who's talking.
Look out, Webster, unless you want me to throw you out.
I should have known better than to trust you with my house.
Look, Nancy, believe it or not, Terry's looking out for your interest. You know, at today's prices, you are getting a bargain.
Yeah, but who ever heard of buying a house for cash? I mean, it's absurd.
This agreement legally calls for Terry to sell only to you. She's doing that at a ridiculously low price. All you need is the money. Last chance to sign.
Get out of here. Just get out of my house with it, will you?
Hey, what's going on here?
Charles!
Why don't you go upstairs, Nancy?
look,
Get some rest.
Look, I will be fine. Charles, you wouldn't believe what this guy's trying to pull on me now.
Harold?
Look, I brought her the written sales agreement she wanted, you know, about her mother's house.
Well, isn't that what you wanted?
Terry is saying that she wants the whole payment in full before we move in. Now she's breaking her promise.
That's ridiculous. Nobody buys a home with cash these days.
Well, that's what I said, but what am I going to do? I don't have the money. Charles, how am I going to get
Nancy,
it?
don't get so excited. I'll get you some water.
No, I don't want any water.
No. I say forget it.
How can you say that? You know that house means so much to me, Charles.
Nancy, there are lots of other houses in Kingsley, and you're much too touchy about your mother's estate. You still own half the house.
Yeah, but
I say we just let Terry be stuck with the house until she's willing to come up with a better offer.
No, I wanted us to move in there after the wedding. Come on, Charles, you knew I wanted to fix the house
I'm
up.
sorry, Nancy. We really don't need the house that badly.
That's right. Besides, Charles, you'll be saving a whole pot full of money on taxes by leaving things just the way they are.
But, Charles, you said
Nancy,
that
I don't care what I said. I simply do not have time right now to turn my attention to that confounded house.
Yeah, but, Charles, I don't understand why you
The
could just
opening
listen to
of
what-
Hollister Mall is far more important.
Well, it must be nice to have the afternoon free.
Well, not if I gotta stay cooped up all the time. Harold told me I still can't go out, but I don't know how long I can stand it. You know, I go stir crazy sitting around here.
I still don't see why Sergeant Brubaker or someone doesn't go ahead and arrest Ronnie or that other guy.
Lance, let me tell you something, honey. The police aren't exactly wild to protect the likes of me, you know? Besides, Ronnie's too smart for him.
Still, Babs, you can't go on fighting this Ronnie guy by yourself.
I've been fighting Ronnie by myself since the first time I met him.
Sometimes I wish I were like you.
Oh, don't say that. You wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy.
No, really, I mean it. The way you just accept what's at hand and then, boom, you deal with it. You're just really, you're really so...
Up front? I just don't know how to be any other way.
Don't you ever try worrying?
Oh, I worry a little sometimes, but mostly I just shine that on. The only reason you're so worried is that you might wind up with Nancy Lawson as a stepmother. That would give anybody the shakes. What do you say we catch that old bird in her own trap?
No, Babs, no. We've been over this plan of yours a lot before, and I just can't go through with it.
Why not? It'll work.
Because I don't like scheming anymore.
Name me one law we'd be breaking.
Okay, maybe not a law, but it's...
So you want a stepmother?
Of course not, especially not Nancy.
All we do is we hide in her room with your camera, and then we wait till she comes in.
Oh, sure, but what if
Just
something...
hide in the closet, and then when she steps out of the wheelchair, we snap the picture.
I'm telling you, about a million things could go wrong. Okay, like, what if she's home?
So we call first to make sure she's not there.
When?
Tonight.
Tonight? Oh, Babs, I'm not sure this would be the right thing to do.
Look, it's proof, Miriam. It's the proof that you need that Nancy can really walk and that you're not on the verge of another nervous breakdown.
So I made it a point, after that, never to walk onto a construction site without a hard hat.
Yeah, Dad feels the same way. But sometimes I think he's a little too cautious.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he is, for your safety.
Well, I have to go. I've got a meeting downtown.
Oh, you sure you can't stay?
No, I'm sorry. I'm meeting with all of the merchants at Hollister Mall. Probably go on all afternoon, so I'll leave you two to enjoy your dessert. Gil, could I give you a lift?
Oh, no thanks. I drove.
You know, actually, Prescott Development should be represented at this meeting since your dad isn't here. I think maybe you should come.
Well,
Mr. Cardello's right, Gil. You are running the company now.
Yeah, you know how it is. Business before pleasure. That's a tough break, Gil.
Oh. What time?
Well, if you leave right now, you won't be late. Well, I'll see you, son. Nice to have met you, Mary.
Listen, Gil, you take care.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Well, now that they're gone,